Hello and welcome to the Irish Aesthete. Today I want to begin by talking about mermaids and specifically one such mythical creature in an Irish country house. The figure of a mermaid quite often appears carved in late medieval Irish churches. Here, for example, is one at the entrance to the chancel of Clonfert Cathedral, County Galway. In such a setting, as at the door at the west end of the church at Clontusket, County Galway, mermaids represented very unchristian values like lust and vanity. And typically, as in the former Cistercian abbey at Kilcooley, County Tipperary, they're depicted carrying a comb and a mirror, clear indicators of their brazen appetites. But there was actually an Irish saint called Mergan who began life as a mermaid. Seemingly, she was found by fishermen swimming in Lough Neagh in Ulster and then brought to shore and baptised. Mergan means sea-born. This event was even recorded in the 17th century Annals of the Four Masters, where it is said to have taken place in the year 558 AD. Thereafter, Mergan obviously led such a virtuous life, she was eventually canonised. What's interesting about carvings of mermaids in churches is that these buildings are often located very far from the sea. And that's of relevance to today's story, since the creature in question supposedly dwelt in Cologne Lake in the centre of County Clare. On the shores of the lake are the remains of a former religious house of Augustinian canonesses established by Donal Mór O'Brien, King of Thomond and Munster, in 1190. Members of the order remained there until the 16th century dissolution of the monasteries, after which the land on which it stood reverted back to the O'Brien family. On land above the lake and the ruined church, they now built a new house for themselves and gave it the rather unimaginative name of New Hall. And here, stepping into the house, is where we go back to the start of today's story. According to legend, the O'Brien master of New Hall noticed that supplies of wine in his cellar were inexplicably becoming depleted. Convinced there was a thief and determined to catch the culprit, one night he stayed up late in the basement and there, by the light of a candle, discovered the perpetrator of the crime. She was a mermaid who'd swum up to the house from the lake at Cologne. Recovering from his surprise, the master of the house drew his gun and shot the mermaid, badly wounding her. In some versions of the story, he throws a pot of scalding water over the creature. Whatever the case, bleeding profusely and screaming in pain, she fled back to the lake, but not before delivering a curse. As the mermaid goes on to the sea, so shall the race of O'Briens pass away, till they leave Cologne in wild weeds. Well, the mermaid's curse didn't quite come to pass, but in the next episode, I'll tell you a little more about New Hall and about the O'Briens who built the original house on this site. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much for watching the Irish Aesthete. Goodbye.